Welcome to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt.
Is that what I sound like? Welcome to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
Where did we go this time? You're mean. You're mean. I'm mad at this.
I'm not mean.
Where did we go this time?
Lunchbox Records.
We went to Lunchbox Records in Charlotte, North Carolina. Part of our North Carolina trip we took last month. We couldn't just go to one record store.
I know. True.
We had to go to as many as we could, and apparently that number was 2. So did you know that Lunchbox Records started out as kind of like an indie punk label in 1990?
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah. That name exchanged hands a few times and then eventually turned into the store. If you want to read the whole story, check out their website. There's like an about where the owner kind of talks about that. Cool. So yeah, we woke up from our hotel. Mm-hmm. We went to the first one. There's an episode on Noble Records. And then we decided, you know what? Let's hit
try this other one.
Let's hit another one.
Yeah.
First impressions when we're walking in the door of Lunchbox Records.
Busy. Like, wow. You know.
It was a Saturday, so
Yes.
that's to be expected. Mm-hmm. But you could barely move in there, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
good for them. Yeah, like, for sure. They were I guess it's a very popular record store in town.
Yeah.
Like, and rightfully so. It was really cool in there.
We're kind of ignorant to the record stores outside of Raleigh at this point. I mean, we've only been in North Carolina for a year. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this place clearly has a following and loyal customers, but it was packed. And it was on and off, too. It was like we'd get like a sea of people in there for 20 minutes, then it would be empty for
5 maybe.
5
Not
minutes,
even.
and then another sea of people coming in.
Yeah, we stayed for a bit.
We did. We spent a few hours in there. So we walk in. What were your immediate thoughts besides packed?
Besides packed, you walk in and you see the end cap that has some of like the hits of now, I guess.
The hits of now.
The hits of now.
Now, those are what I call Stacy hits.
Rush delivery available. Call now.
The hits of now.
You picked up something almost immediately.
Right. As soon as I walked in, spotted it.
Spotted it. It's something you didn't have. You need to complete their discography.
Correct. Am I showing it now? As soon as I freaking walked in?
Yeah.
I freaking saw this. So it's the 2 dreams. So they have the dream with the death and then the love or whatever.
Dream about death, dream about love.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
You bought it. I don't know.
Yeah. So I have both of those, obviously, but this is it together pretty much. So it's 2 LPs of the 2 albums that they had released.
That was within the first 5 minutes, trying to navigate through.
Oh yeah, like right when you walk in, there's an end cap, and it was just right there in the middle with all the other goodies.
When I go into a record store, I like to obviously start at A, move forward, but it was so busy that I couldn't. So I went to the one clear section, which was towards the end of the alphabet. It was the O's.
Yeah.
I was shocked to find this record. I had all but forgot this band existed. This band is a band from my hometown. I always saw them open up for the likes of like Boys Night Out, and you know, if you're a fan of like Therefore I Am from Boston, Massachusetts, you would like this band, Orange Island, One Night Stay. They're not reinventing the wheel with this record, but it's a really good like post-hardcore kind of emo-y. It says on the hype sticker, for fans of Thursday, Take Back Sunday, Thrice, Glassjaw, and Circus Survive. It's not too on the nose.
Stop.
But
it's good. I like that.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's a good
so I would
post-hardcore
really like
record
that.
from Massachusetts, where, not necessarily where I grew up, but I grew up close enough to within a half hour.
To claim that you're from there.
Yeah, Orange Island, One Night Stay, great pickup within 5-10 minutes of first walking in. Mm-hmm. Their stock is nutty.
I want to say they have everything. Like,
We keep saying that.
like, no, but like everything. Everything for anybody. I mean, there were so many people. So you said you had to go start in the O's. I think I started in like the, D's.
Nuts.
And then I kind of moved my way back to the A's, to kind of
We were kind of jumping around a lot because
Right.
it was so packed. so.
Yeah, and then they have so much.
In my opinion, they've outgrown their space a little
Right,
bit.
exactly. They outgrew their space, which is
Bins were,
tight. They were super tight.
and a little tall for you.
A little, yeah, I couldn't
You were
really.
standing on your
I
tip.
was reaching to look in the back, and I think I might maybe even told you, like, hey, can you go look in the back of the A's back there in case,
I had to help a little bit. It's
but
okay though.
that's fine. In the A's, I found
Something you've been looking for a minute. She just showed me this band and I fell in love instantly. So forgive me for being ignorant of this band's existence, but my God.
Yeah, it's so good. This is my favorite album of theirs. For some reason, I've just always loved it. It's such a catchy album. All Get Out, The Season. I wanted to mention how it's so tight that the shrink wrap came off. As you're digging, I guess people pull them out and put them back in. And if it's tight enough, it just rips the thing. But I do want to mention that while I checked out, the guy behind the counter had checked his stock to see if he had another copy of this that was properly sealed, and he didn't, but that was very nice of him to do that. And I thought, okay, well, if you're going to do that, then it's pretty fine that the shelves are
it's not
stacked.
damaged.
No, not damaged at all. So that was very nice of him. But it was the only one they had, and freaking lucky me, because holy cow, I've been wanting that album for so long, and I got it.
I was perusing.
Yeah.
I was doing a little perusing. I saw this on the shelf. These are my second pickups. Mom Jeans,
Yes.
Best Buds.
Good one.
This is a blue variant. I slept on this record for years.
Yeah.
I mean, they put out so much more after this, but I had friends that loved it. I personally enjoyed it, but I really never gave it the full attention. When I gave it the full attention, I was like, I'll pick that up if I see it in the wild.
Yeah.
They had it in their, pop rock section. So I grabbed that. But something I've been looking for since Record Store Day, I think last year, I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was Black Friday of last year. I'm gonna get picked on for this. But I was walking around, they have this little stage area in the back corner.
Yeah.
Looks like they were utilizing it for mail order at that time because they do mail order as well. I noticed it was kind of tucked away just in a stack. So there was a woman there that was, processing mail orders or pricing stuff, and I was like, hey, are those getting mailed out, or can I grab one of those? And she's like, oh no, those are definitely for sale. Now, I might get picked on.
Has that ever happened to you?
But Smash Mouth, Fush You Mang, my parents had this album, and they played it non-stop.
It's great.
When I was growing up.
Yeah.
I do expect people to, in the comments, to just pick on me. It's
Come
fine.
on. Who doesn't love Walking on the Sun? That's a freaking banger.
It is.
Come on.
And it's got some ska elements. I'm not the biggest fan of ska.
Yeah,
But
I like
it's got some, it's a fun album, and I think it was on sale. It was definitely not Record Store Day priced. But it's
good.
it's fine. Yeah. Let's talk about the customer service real quick.
There was a really nice person that wanted to interact with Miller, that we brought our dog in there, and that was fun.
And she asked permission,
Yeah, of course, it was cute.
which was really nice, not just
Yeah.
going at my dog. You can just pet him. Friendliest dog in
And
the world.
He's such a good boy. He didn't jump on anybody. There wasn't much room to do that, so he was he didn't care. He was great.
It was the most staffed record store I'd seen in quite some time.
Yeah, they did have a good amount of stuff.
And they were down to help. They weren't anybody, they would overhear a question and they'd be like, hey, I think we got that. And
Right.
I can't talk about how important that is, making people feel welcome in a record store, because there's a lot of record stores that don't.
Right. I think I got asked at least once that if I was looking for anything in particular, and then I think I even got asked later if I needed help with anything, and that's always really nice. In a record store, you don't see that often. So.
Very true. Very true. Everybody loved the Stacy cam.
Oh, yeah. This Stacy cam might be a little cramped, but it's still there.
It's still our Stacy cam.
It's still the Stacy cam.
So you want to do the intro to it?
What was it?
If you've ever wondered what it's like to be 4'8" in a record store,
Here we go.
we're about to show you. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Thank you for bringing us on that journey.
You're welcome.
So after walking around for a while, again, we had to jump around in spurts because it was so packed. I wanted to fulfill and finish a specific discography. Their metal section was pretty well stacked.
Cool.
So I needed the last one. It's not my favorite album by them, but to finish the discography is a must.
Yep.
0.5, The Gray Chapter from Slipknot. Personally, I think it's their weakest, but overall it's kind of a solid album, and it's on, the limited edition. I really like that they're just over pressing these. It allows everybody to get their hands on them, keeps us safe from the aftermarket prices. I mean, it's been months, if not a year, since this reissue campaign, maybe even 2, started.
Nice.
And they're just constantly pumping them out in relatively the same colors too. So again, that aftermarket reseller thing is really doesn't come into factor here unless you're not educated enough to realize they're still pressing these.
Yep. For sure. Always Google
Just do it!
before you
Yeah, just Google your
freaking
stuff.
Google how
it's
much-
fine. Just
look on
Google your
Discogs.
stuff. It's gonna be great.
Right.
You're gonna find.
Don't
you're
let
gonna find most of the
anybody-
stuff you want is starting to become available.
Yeah, and probably cheaper than you think.
The next pickup I had was after this album. Although I really like what they're releasing, I kind of fell off. It's just I'm a casual listener, but this is the last album I listened to sort of religiously. Senses Fail, Still Searching, part of the Vagrant 25-year anniversary. It's a purple. Yeah, it's a cool little variant. Calling All Cars is one of my favorite songs by Senses Fail, and this song is on this album. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably at least have heard of Senses Fail. Go back and revisit this album because I feel like this is when the transition started from being like a Drive Thru Records era, screamo, Girls Are Icky bands to better writing, better musicianship.
They grew up a little.
They grew up a little.
My third pickup.
Ooh, I like this one.
It's so good. It's one of my favorites. So, Pianos Becomes the Teeth. It's really good.
The Lack Long After.
Yep. And it's just a very, I don't know, it's just a great all-around album. I think I love every single song on it. It's just very good.
I have a story about this album.
Do you?
Do you want to hear my story about
I
this
would
album?
love to hear your story
So,
about this album.
I used to write and contribute to a website called modernvinyl.com.
Yes.
I got a lot of free records and free cassettes and the like from doing this. Top Shelf Records, when this album was released, sent me a huge box of records to review. So I was never short of something to pull. I gave it a good review because I had to look at it objectively, but as a whole, it's nothing that really sat with me.
Yeah.
So I just I had a first pressing of that, sold it, back when people weren't pressing records that much. I didn't really flip it, but I sold it. because it just didn't really sit well with me as a whole. But yeah, you know,
I love it.
that's
It's
my
great.
story. On the pianos become the teeth, and then I saw them open for Tiger's Jaw.
Yeah.
The mountain of t-shirt designs that they had there was wild.
It was so cool. They had the best shirts.
I wanted to get like a traditional like support your local record store shirt, but they only had it in white, and I found like the last medium in this color.
I like that
so
color.
yeah, thank you.
Girls only want boyfriends who have great skills.
And then of course they had like black metal influence stuff, and I really like this. So
great.
Stacy got 2 t-shirts on this visit just because she really wanted this. It's ridiculous.
It's great.
I love it.
They're all like really catchy and cute,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or cool.
Really cool sticker designs for the store
Yeah,
as well.
they had a ton, and they were like in a cool like case, you know, by their counter. But like a bunch of like, you know, old school bands stickers, you know, like I don't know, like Green Day and Operation Ivy, and
Mm-hmm.
like you know Slipknot stickers, and yeah, like so it was a bunch of neat little stickers. You might have recorded a little
I forgot to put the other finger up.
just now.
So I just went like this, and I'm like, wait, there's another one. Yeah, I'm killing it.
I can be your
Rock
other one.
on.
You do the pinky, I do that one. And it's just like a big long one.
Nice. Off topic.
I need you to be focused.
Anyway,
So yeah, they had other stuff. They had some posters,
Mm-hmm.
most of which like were, you know, the typical stuff you would find at a record store. Nothing really like that was like, oh, they had, you know, rare posters. At least not that I could see.
right. Do you, like, I always find myself going into a record store, and I do this a lot, to where
Mm-hmm.
I see their posters on their walls, and they're probably not necessarily for sale, you know, or
Yeah.
like pictures and stuff, and it's like, oh, I want that. Or ask them if we can buy that. Like, they had a really big, like,
Yeah.
sleep poster in there that was, like, on a hard stock thing, and then like I don't know, and just other stores that we go into, they have those like big promo posters where I'm just like, man, I wonder if I can like.
It doesn't
I
hurt to
want
ask.
that. I know.
You gotta
I've
ask.
never asked, but I've always
Well,
like.
you gotta ask.
I know. Maybe next time.
Before we get to our final pickups, at the entrance, this is when we were leaving, we noticed there's like
yeah.
a Lego replica of the
Their
store.
building had all
But
the employees like little Lego people too. I think.
I'm not a Lego guy, but if they made like a record store Lego set, like actual, I'd
Yeah.
buy it and I'd be
That'd so
building
cool.
it. Yeah.
Or like a big like Victrola or something. Like.
Yeah.
You know,
That'd be cool.
I would totally buy that and do it. So like Lego.
That was a nice little touch.
Yeah, that was really neat. I like that. That was cool.
I dug it.
Yeah, it's cute.
Want to get to your final pickup? Because we
Yes.
did about 3 rounds total of the store.
We did. We were like digging hard in there. So like I came across this. I want to say it was like in the sale.
It had to have
bin,
been,
or
yeah.
like, you know, the discounted ones. But it's like one of my favorite EPs, you know, and I think you said you had it already. And I was just like, yeah, but I really want it. And it's
Mm-hmm. Yep.
only $8. Frickin' Diamond Youth.
Freaking.
Diamond Youth Orange, like, come on now. The song Lola is so great. Like, just this whole album.
Kind of
is
a
really
forgotten
fun.
band in the drive-through.
It is.
Or drive-through, the Top Shelf Records.
Yeah, it's just fun to me. I've always, like, I remember it always popping up on, like, back when I'd listened to Pandora. And, you know, I always really enjoyed it.
My opinion is what? Like solid pop rock type stuff, pop
Yeah.
punk, little pop rock.
A little, like, you know,
I would say if you're
vibey,
into like
fun.
You Blew It, you'd be into Diamond Youth for
Pretty
sure.
fun, yeah.
So we're getting ready to check out.
Right.
I found my 5. I'm like, I'm good. But recently I've been trying to get into jazz.
Okay. Cool.
I got a jazz guy. He's my jazz guy. Shout out Tyler.
Jazz guy.
Jazz guy.
Hell yeah, jazz guy.
I was asking him because he's been into jazz for a little bit. I said, what's a really approachable album that I could be a go-to to kind of get me into that world? He sent me 2. One of them I was fine with. Like it was
Jazz.
a little too far out there for me. But there was another one where I fell in love with it, and I was like looking on Discogs, looking online for like this specific record for a little bit, and I couldn't find the right price, right? Especially for a record I was just introduced to, because I don't think it's been repressed for a few years. So we're going to check out, and they have the wall, the Holy Moly wall.
Holy-ish wall.
Yeah, behind the counter, and I saw the artwork. I was like, well, now I have to get that.
Look at that.
So this is a numbered pressing, Getz and Gilberto. It's just a great jazz album. I don't know enough to like give you any actual real.
What number did you get?
I don't know. It's being blocked by the way I store my records. But it's the numbered pressing. It usually goes for about $100 to $130. They had it listed for $75. A little bit of a seam split on the top. Not the
That's probably why it was a little cheaper.
Probably. What are your final thoughts? I mean, that's it, right? Like
Yeah.
it was kind of, we spent a couple hours there, you know, navigated through the
sea
of people
yeah,
and customers.
I just was blown away with their selection of like goodies that I hadn't seen before. You know, like the Diamond Youth and the All Get Out. I've never seen those out in the wild before anywhere. Because obviously I would have picked them up.
The person
So-
buying for this store
is
in
great.
stocking, or the people involved are, they know what they're buying, they know what they're putting on their shelves. I saw stuff sitting there that has been out of print and sells for like 60 to $100 on Amazon for like 25, $30. So they have everything.
Yeah, and
Like,
it was so much.
It's a growing trend where record stores that may have been niche prior to, you know, the big boom or resurgence or whatever you want to call it, are starting to stock more and attracting more. I mean, that's just good business.
Right, for sure. And that's exactly what they were doing. But like it was such good stuff. Like when you can spend a few hours like digging and finding things, you know, that's always fun.
Not a bad store for our 15th episode. 1-5. Our episodes on visiting record stores can get their learner's permit now.
Oh,
I wouldn't want them driving though.
no, not yet.
We still have no idea what we're doing.
Especially not in this state. Anyway,
Mark,
so take
check-
care of yourself and each
No,
other.
we're not done.
No.
Check it off the list
Okay.
of stores we will absolutely revisit.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Now you can do your outro.
All right. So, yeah, guys, take care of yourself and each other and support your local record stores.
For Vinyl Reckoning, my name is Matt.
I'm Cece.
Y'all be easy. Have a good night.
Bye.